What's good, man?
What's good? What's good?
How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, Biz. Feeling good.
People, we're back in here with another great one. A one-on-one with Biz, at Hub City Studios.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My guy, how's life?
Life is good,
Yeah?
man. Life
Life
is
is
good.
awesome.
Yeah, just taking it one day at a time, man.
That's right.
Maintain
Before I
it.
go into that, and before we get deep in that, I like to read off a little something.
Okay.
And let me know if I get close to who you are.
Yes, sir.
Flea is a dynamic rapper, actor, songwriter, live performer, and devoted family man hailing from Gardena, California.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Proud Gardena High alumni, Flea honed his artistic talent studying theater at Southwest College.
Yeah. Yeah.
His rap journey began in the mid to late 1980s, where his fearless approach to music earned him a reputation for authenticity and passion. Guided by his motto, fearless, lethal, eager, and ambition, Flea has built a career blending raw lyrical talent with captivating stage performances. People, with roots in the golden age of hip-hop and a relentless drive to push boundaries, Flea continued to inspire both in the entertainment world and in his community. Did I get close?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's pretty much spot on. Pretty much spot on.
Believe in conspiracy. Hell no. That's a weak mind. Focus on your grind. You'll be fine. People living blind. That's why they way behind. Searching hard for some happiness they'll never find. Never find. In the sky. Telling lies. Social media be killing everybody mind. Wasting time on that Twitter every night. Back and forth with these niggas till y'all fist fight. Y'all brains ain't rap tight. Caught in a matrix. We just some slaves to the shit. Time to face it. Back to the basics. Don't get complacent. Open your arms to a change. Embrace it. Y'all turned y'all back on the game. That's treason. We on the hunt. It's open season. Y'all think y'all safe on the streets? You're dreaming. Run for your life. It's open season.
Before, I know we in LA, people talk about the fires.
2025 began with devastating fires in Los Angeles. The Palisades Fire burned 20,000 acres, destroying Pacific Palisades, one of the wealthiest areas in America. The Eaton Fire burned 14,000 acres north of Pasadena, and the Sunset Fire spread through the Hollywood Hills. Over 150,000 people were evacuated, with neighborhoods like Calabasas, Santa Monica, and Woodland Hills badly affected. Celebrities including Paris Hilton, Mandy Moore, and Anthony Hopkins lost their homes. The fires destroyed 10,000 structures, killed 10 people.
It wouldn't be right to kind of continue this conversation without how you feel about this whole thing?
Oh man, my heart goes out to everybody that's affected. I couldn't imagine, living somewhere for all your life. You know what I mean? And then just having a disaster destroy everything. As a matter of fact, one of the victims.
You were telling me about the history, the legacy that Rodney Kent Nickerson leaves behind.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about your dad, and obviously we'll go back to Tuesday night when this firestorm hit.
He's been living here since 1968. This is the house that I came home to as a child. And my son tried to get him to leave, and my neighbors and myself. And he said he'll be fine. I'll be here when you guys come back. And he said his house would be here. He was in his bed when I found him.
His legacy, his grandfather established Nickerson Gardens in Watts, the largest public housing development in LA.
Yes, ma'am. William Nickerson, my great-great-grandfather, his grandfather was the founder and owner.
He's the founder of Nickerson Gardens. He didn't want to leave his home, I think, in Altadena. And he ended up losing his life and whatnot. But that
Wow.
kind of that hit home, man.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he
Yeah.
was second victim.
How do you think this is reflecting in the music realm? How do you think this affect us in the LA music scene?
Well, it definitely puts us back on the scene. After watching everything that's going on and watching the city come together and everybody helping out one another, definitely it's a lesson. You know what I mean? That you know, maybe we need to, you know, we're already together, but we need to be more together than ever right about now. So that unity and that strength is it's on full display.
We need to take it back to the essence. Hip hop, real hip hop. Let's go. Fuck competition. Fuck, that ain't my mission. No, too much division. It's all about ascension. Switch up your vision. Young nigga, listen.
That's what it's all about when it comes to LA. You know, we're such a diverse city that is real special and real good, man, to see when all, you know, walks of life come together for one common cause, and that's just helping humanity out.
Switch up your vision. Young nigga, listen. Get some religion or get locked in this prison.
Hailing from Gardena.
Yes, born and raised.
Give me a walk, a day, a life. Give me a moment what it was like growing up in your shoes in Gardena.
Well, on my side of Gardena, I grew up on the east side of Gardena. It was predominantly Latinos, Asian Americans, Pacific Americans, Japanese Americans, Korean Americans. So, you know, there was a few African Americans on our side. So a day in the life, and it was just basically going to Gardena Elementary. In our neighborhood, you know, the east side of Gardena is so small that, you know, a lot of us went to the same elementary school. From there, we went to the same junior high school, Perry Junior High. We ended up at Gardena High School. But it's just the closeness of it. Waking up in the morning, walking up Gardena Boulevard, going to our favorite liquor stores or our favorite Spanish bakeries, going to the same church.
What was the Spanish? Can you name me a Spanish bakery that's probably still existing today? Gardena, that you guys used to go to?
Well, we had Franco's Bakery. It's closed now, but that was a famous bakery where everybody would go in and buy, you know, the pastries, you know, the bolillos.
Oh, nice.
Pan dulce, you know, different things like that. I remember when we were in elementary school, we would have tours or field trips.
Really?
And we would go through there. Yeah. So that, but now that's gone. But that was a long-standing spot.
What did this do for music for you? Like, what did Gardena do?
Man, well, I grew up in the early '80s, so I grew up during, you know, with hip hop in the early beginnings of it, man. So I was raised like on Run DMC, LL Cool J.
Okay.
You know, Curtis Blow. You know, I remember, you know, being little, you know, listening to K-Day. You know, so I grew up breakdancing, you know, with my neighborhood friends and whatnot on the block, going to the malls and going through that whole phase or old, you know, early hip hop.
Where would y'all go to like go hang out and listen to music?
Delamo Mall. You know, because where we're situated at, we're outside of Carson. Well, we're next door to Carson, next door to Compton, not that far from Torrance. So we either had, you know, we had two malls you can go to. You go to the Carson Mall when that mall was popping, or we would go to Delamo Mall. Delamo Mall because Delamo Mall was bigger. That's where, you know, we had like, you know, the arcades and stuff like that. It was more to do there. You know, that's where we would go, and then we would have our breakdance competitions and whatnot with other people from the South Bay. So that was a go-to spot. You know, they had the movie theater there and whatnot. So I started actually writing rhymes, I would say, when I was in high school. Being around, watching ciphers in junior high school, watching some of my friends freestyle and get into ciphers and battle. That was what really intrigued me.
So you started writing?
Yeah, actually writing. Putting pen to paper, actually writing songs. I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, me and a friend of mine, we would sit in class and he would come up with a title and pass the page to me. and we would kind of go back and forth like that and create songs and whatnot.
So you started writing in high school.
Yeah.
And that created the kind of the momentum to start diving into battle rap.
Well, I wouldn't even say battle rap, just creating songs. I had a friend of mine who was a battle rapper. So I would just kind of hang out and just watch him, freestyle in battles and battle other than some rappers. But I was more or less a writer. I was always the one who would like to just write and create songs and tell stories. Early influencers, listening to Rakim, KRS-One. I just, that is kind of what the stories that they would tell and the way they would flow. It kind of grabbed me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Give me an experience of that moment when hip hop grabbed you.
When I heard my philosophy. When I heard my philosophy and I saw that video.
I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
I said, oh man, this is it. Yeah. It was just something about how cool it was to be in a crew, how cool it was to talk about being black and just the unity that I saw in the culture. I was like, yeah, this is what we want. Even though we're surrounded by gangs and whatnot, and you got the drive-by shootings, and we're dealing with that, hip hop was an outlet to escape that. For those of us who wasn't doing that, but were around it, hip hop was just that outlet to be like.
So this is great. I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is great for the new heads for today's hip hop, because hip hop today is now so gangbangish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're saying that hip hop used to be a form hip hop was a source of an outlet.
Yeah.
To get away from
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because crack had hit, and you saw what it did to the communities, right?
Wow.
And even you look across, you're watching your whole communities being devastated. So then it was a good thing when we had artists out there talking about that, saying, "Hey man, this is not cool." Because at one time growing up, we thought that was cool to be the man on the block, to have the fast cars, the shiny gold rims, and all that.
All right. Let's go sell some crack.
But you looking at how, what you're doing to get it, and going like, damn, because even when I was growing up early, I was involved in that. I sold some crack, but then you selling crack to your neighbor, and your neighbor is knocking on your door, throwing rocks at your window at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You going like, damn, well, that's my homeboy's auntie, or that's my homeboy's mom. You go like, damn, you know what I mean? So it kind of like, I quit that real quick. You know what I mean? This ain't me. You know what I mean? I had a song that I recorded earlier when I was able to get into the studio and start doing my first recording with a producer friend of mine who's no longer with us. But we had a song called Ain't Nothing Changing. And I basically talked about that, diving into my first time selling drugs, and you know what I mean? Because during that time, you ain't working. Everybody's just trying to figure things out and trying to put money in your pocket, but instead of doing the right thing of, going to work, you try the easy way out, because it was such an easy way to make money. You sitting back as a little kid watching older cats just stand on the corner and getting this money. You think, oh yeah, let me just do it that way. But yeah,
so
everything ain't for everybody.
That's facts. That is facts. So you graduate high school.
Yeah.
Gardena.
Yes.
Did you have, how many rhymes you had? Have you done any live performances during this time frame before you graduated, or was it?
No, we actually no, but me and my boys, we had like a little crew.
Okay.
And so we had a friend of mine who used to DJ, and we would go over his house, and he would put on like instrumentals, and we would record that way.
Nice.
Yeah, so we would go kind of playing around doing.
So
stuff
that was
like that.
a lot of live experience that way.
Yeah, but we never didn't get a chance to perform in front of a crowd of people. But we would go work on songs at his house or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a point right after high school where you're like, you know what, I want to take this music thing a little bit serious?
I think I always took it serious, but it wasn't until I ended up working with a friend of mine named D Love, who I used to we have a spot across the street from my neighborhood called the Condos, and he used to be in his garage producing. I would go, I would be in there hanging out, and I would walk by his garage, and he'd be in there, making beats. So one day I just, just decided to knock on his door and go in there and, hey man, I know you make beats or whatever. I rap, and I've been writing all these rhymes, and I've always wanted to record. And he kind of took me under his wing, you know what I mean, and heard what I wrote, and he's the one that showed me structure. Mm-hmm. He's the one who taught me how to really like.
And this is right after high school.
Yeah, this is like right after high school.
So did you do a lot of recording with G-Pop? So that was just like
that came later.
So I ain't even got there yet.
No, you ain't even got there yet.
Oh, okay,
yeah, this is at my beginning stages when I was just
okay.
like I said, just writing, and then when I got with my boy D Love, who lived in our neighborhood, and he heard what I had written, he showed me how to put it in song form.
Okay.
How to told me what bars were, and how to do choruses and breakdowns. So I kind of learned it from him. And
thank you, sir.
He's the one that basically showed me like I thought it was cool to show up at his pad with a lot of people. I'm going to the studio like,
If we're gonna make it a party, we should make it a good one.
Yeah. Like, nah, man, come by yourself.
Okay.
It'd be just me and you working.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I get in the studio, have a rap, and he tell me, okay, cool, come back when you know it. I'd be like, what? Yeah. Come back when you know it. And then I would, come back or whatever. Like, nah. Come back when it's memorized. When you memorize it, then we'll record it. And I was like, whoa. So he was the first person to actually show me and really teach me how to be
a sufficient artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't believe in conspiracy. Hell no. That's a weak mind. Focus on your grind. You'll be fine. People living blind. That's why they way behind. Searching hard for some happiness they'll never find. You're in the sky. Telling lies. Social media be killing everybody's mind. Wasting time on that Twitter every night. Back and forth with these niggas till y'all fist fight. Y'all brains ain't rap tight. Caught in a matrix. We just some slaves to the shit. Time to face it. Back to the basics. Don't get complacent. Open your arms to a change. Embrace it. Y'all turn y'all back on the game. That's treason. We on the hunt. It's open season. Y'all think y'all safe on the streets? You're dreaming. Run for your life. It's open season. Yeah, niggas fucking up the game with that bullshit. We need to take it back to the essence. Hip hop. Real hip hop. Let's go. Fuck competition, that ain't my mission. Too much division, it's all about ascension. Switch up your vision, young nigga listen. Get some religion or get locked in this prison. Either you Muslim or you Christian. Try to find your purpose or get lost in the system. Yeah, like a diamond, watch me glisten. It's only wisdom being spittin' when it's written. It's so hard to pay attention. It's like technology's controlling how we living. Only the 1% is winning. They keep pretending, but we seeing they intentions. Y'all turn y'all back on the game. That's treason. We on the hunt. It's open season. Y'all think y'all safe on the streets? You're dreaming. Run for your life. It's open season. Who got that flavor of the year? I'll disappear, reappear, send these niggas out this atmosphere. Make it clear, I'm here to set the record straight about these other whack MCs, cause they fake. No mistakes, I'm watching all they actions. No satisfaction is given when they capping. Lyrics attacking, heated cause I'm blasting. But I got some problems in my family like Kardashian. Everlasting, flowing like a waterfall. Never stall when my mission is to fade y'all. Inflicting pain on these niggas, take it from me. Open season on you rappers till you D.I.E. Y'all turn y'all back on the game.
Now you're on your road to becoming a true artist.
Yeah.
And now we are into you out of high school.
Yeah. Just trying to make things happen, recording. And once we did my first demo, trying to make things happen and really, that's when Prince had a club in downtown LA. And my boy used to produce me. He used to do security there. So after we finished my little demo, we make a lot of tapes, cassette tapes, and we would just go to the club, pass stuff around. And then I started finding out about like talent shows.
Okay.
And I started.
Oh, so this is fresh.
Yeah, this is fresh. This is like early, you know, during those times. That's when they had talent shows out. So it was kind of cool. You would go different places, man. Whoever was having a talent show, some people would, you know, you'd go in and audition,
which are now considered open mics.
Well, no, they had open mics then too.
Oh, really?
But the open mics were mainly like you did that for like, you know, for fun.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't really that many open mics around. It was just more talent shows where
so talent show where
you go sign up or whatever, showcases, sell some tickets or whatever, bring your crowd, do your thing. You know what I mean? So I hit a little circuit with this place called Row Entertainment. They used to be off in like Inglewood, Crenshaw, and Imperial. So I would go there, whatever audition. He would put these shows on by Southwest College, these talent shows, and we would perform there. He would give us a chance, opportunity to perform, and we would win like trophies and stuff. So that was just early, you know, in the beginning stages.
So you getting your feet wet, you're out here, you running shows, doing talent shows, and then you get connected with G-Pops and a few other people throughout that process.
Yeah, a friend of mine who lived in the neighborhood, his dad was connected with G-Pops, and he told his dad about me or whatever, that I, you know, that I could rap and I'm doing shows, and his dad heard some of my stuff. He said, "Okay, yeah, man. Well, I got a buddy that produces in Compton." I was like, "Okay, cool, man. I like to get to know him because my producer who I was working with, he moved, so we were kind of went our separate ways, and I wasn't really recording with him anymore, so I was looking for a new home anyway. But I was still taking our demo and just shopping that because I had the instrumental of it, so I would take the instrumental and just shop it around and get auditions. So one day I was, you know, came across this audition for ASCAP showcase in Hollywood. Went, did the audition, made the audition, and ended up doing a show in Hollywood, and that's where me and G-Pops kind of met there. You know what I mean? Doing the showcase.
Oh, so G-Pops, so G-Pops was in the streets, huh?
Yeah, he was already.
So you was in the streets already, young man, huh? I was out there.
Yeah, he was already out there doing his thing, man.
I was out there.
Yeah. So we just happened to run into each other at the show, so it was almost like I was performing and auditioning at the same time.
Wow.
So he liked what he saw. I was like, yeah, man, I can work with you, man. Come on the board, man. And,
okay.
Yeah. So.
And so you guys start working, do some work, and then Southwest Theater.
Well, that kind of happened, kind of like at.
Because I'm looking at these covers to these movies that you were in. And I'm like, well, goddamn, you know, like Denzel Washington, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
because now I'm starting.
We got Idris.
Well, basically, the rapping and the acting kind of like after high school, it was kind of I was doing a little bit of both. The acting kind of happened where a friend of mine was doing a play at Southwest College, and he needed somebody to help him read. So we were just sitting in front of my apartment and reading the script. And I've always been like a movie buff as a kid. I've always been into film. You know, my uncle didn't take me to go see movies as a kid. You know, we went to go see straight films. So I've always been into that, intrigued by just good acting. So I was sitting back helping him read, and I was like, man, this is cool. What are you doing? He's like, I'm doing these series of one-act plays at Southwest College. You should come and enroll and check it out. So I said, all right. So I went down there and enrolled in the class, and taking that beginning acting class, it just changed me, man. I was able to audition and get the lead, and for my first play there, taking that class for the first time, and from there, kind of just like the acting bug, it just bit me. And I just tried to figure out a way to do both. Yeah, so
you're an entertainer.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer. Yeah.
Wow. Because like a lot of people don't get a chance to discover that side of them.
Yeah.
Because they're probably not exposed to it and different things like that. The acting world, right? What is that? What is that vibe like? Give us a walkthrough of what it's like when you did Intervention.
Intervention. That's a short film that I did with a friend of mine named V-Ray, who's also a producer that I worked with earlier, rapping. We used to do showcases together, and now he's involved in making film. So I'm in a process of trying to transition to TV and film because I have such a long theater background because I've been doing plays since I was 17 years old. And he was working on a small project called Intervention. And before we got to Intervention, he had a script he wrote called The Devil You Know, which is about two police officers and whatnot.
Wow.
And
I just thought I was about to mention that.
Gave me a part in that, and that part led to Intervention.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I got some hardball questions.
Okay.
All right. About music and live shows. How do you balance creating authentic music while meeting modern industry demands?
Try to stay authentic as possible. And just try to stay real to life. A lot of my music is basically on everyday. Like I know we have an everyday struggle, but it's not really talked about like it used to be. The uplifting of somebody going through things, it's not there in music. And I know that the demand right now is to push, whatever's hot, and the consciousness is not there because the ear is not there. But I think that's what drives us, I think we all need to hear that because it's good for development. Mm-hmm. It's good.
It kind of goes back to what you were speaking of earlier about how hip hop was an outlet to not be in the gang world. Yeah. You know what I mean? But now it's a relevant thing now.
Yeah,
now it's like you ain't doing none of this. You talking about bang bang.
Right. I know there's a small ear still out there that's craving for the authentic, for the realness. And you just I just have to to believe that there's still some good out here. I mean, the music. I know music changes, styles change, and stuff like that, and you do. But in order, I couldn't be me if I was on something different. You know what I mean? I have to stay true to who I am. And once you know who you are and what you stand for, you just have to know that there are people that can relate to that. There's an ear for that somewhere.
What is the most challenging aspect of staying relevant in hip hop after starting in the 90s, I would say?
The trying to bridge the gap, because I know there's a wide open gap, right? Because I grew up in the age before the internet, before social media, when you actually had to talk to somebody, when you actually could go to a place, you could go to a mall and actually have to look somebody in the eye. We're in a generation now where the technology, everything is so fast, right? Nobody takes the time out anymore because we're being fed information at a quick rate. So there's no time really to stop and think and let things marinate, because you can just swipe and get another shot of dopamine. You know what I mean? So it's like it's very challenging. Because you're dealing with somebody that doesn't know or can't relate to where you're coming from. That's not where they're at now.
What makes you different from today's artists? In a simple term, very bluntly, why should I listen to you over?
Because I bring I bring not only just realness and the you have trouble saying that word, uh, but I bring the visual. And I think that's another thing that the acting has helped me, because it's not just about me just grabbing a mic and walking across the stage. I actually, I can bring the visual through my performing. Actually, the words that I'm saying,
right,
to bring it to life, so you can see it.
Now that's factual though. That's actually true. What is your strategy for captivating crowds that isn't familiar with your music?
Getting them involved, not being afraid to connect with the audience. Letting the audience be a part of what I'm doing.
How would you get them involved? Like, give me a picture of what it would be like performing in front of an audience that hasn't seen you.
Like, I was thinking about this not too long ago. Before you start a show, talk to the audience and let them know who you are, what you're about. Really just being up close and personal with the audience. I think we don't see a lot of that audience, artist and audience participation going on. A lot of it is just, you know what I mean, I'm up here doing my thing, and I know some artists, they do that. I think I do like that when an artist can just stop the show, when he can stop the music and maybe just flow just a cappella, just saying the words. You know what I mean?
What would be the most memorable live show you've performed, and why?
The House of Blues would have to be, because the song we did was called L.A. I didn't think at the time it was my strongest song, and I was real nervous because I know the stage was set. We was at the House of Blues. I've never been on a stage that big before. I've never been in front of a crowd that large before. It was just me. I had no hype man, but I had my theatrics, and I had Lou, G-Pops. And I performed. It was, I think it was maybe 28 artists that went on that night. And I remember at the end of our song, we had a section where there was a helicopter that came over and with some police sirens. And at the end of the song, I just kind of said, okay, boom, I hear the helicopter. So what would somebody do when you hear a helicopter? You kind of boom. And I remember just getting down on my knees, and like the helicopter was coming over. And I remember G-Pops told the engineer, I need you to flash the lights like the police. You got to hear this sound. Can you go with it? And he was on it, right? So he did that at the end of the show. And at the end of the night, the judges, presented, the winners. It came down to, I think was it 3 winners? Was it 3 winners, Lou?
Yeah, it was 3 winners. Yeah.
I came in second place out of 28 artists that night.
Out of 28?
28 artists, yeah.
God damn.
And the competition was real.
Do you have any rituals or routine before stepping on the stage?
Praying, stretching, and just trying to be prepared, just trying to be in the zone. And just trying to just be as ready as possible.
Give me a walkthrough of what it would be like from getting out the car, walking into your dressing room, getting on the stage,
meditating. I would,
what would that process? Give me a walkthrough.
Well, basically, I get to my room and give myself
What time are you arriving to the venue?
Probably an hour early.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Get to the venue.
The wine is good. It's really good.
Stretch. Get my body loose as possible. Meditate. Just try to just get myself in a place of just stillness, just quietness. no phones. You know, I will try to talk to my family and everybody that's important ahead of time. That way, I don't have anybody calling me. You know, because I like to try to just be, and that's what everything I do, even with the theater. I'm trying to work that out now to where I'm just have total creative. I'm in a total creative space. So I just try to get there and block everything else out and try to get tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a ticket?
Person comes down and says, "Sir, Flea, Showtime." What is that moment? What are you thinking from dressing room to the stage?
Just getting ready, get prepared. I'm hyped up.
Are you looking at anyone? Is anyone besides you, or who is walking down that hallway?
You know, if I'm walking down the hallway and the G-Pop's in there, you know what I mean? We give ourselves, we dap each other up, just a tight hug, you know what I mean? And get ready to take care of business. You know what I mean? Hit the stage ready to go.
Okay. You know, because reason why I like going down that lane, because a lot of people don't know what that experience is like.
Right.
I get my money's worth.
Like, because now it makes my money more worthy.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Gave their money worth. Outstanding.
But it's good to see an artist speak like that or
Yeah,
speak of those things.
Right.
Being a family man, and juggling that aspect of entertainer, husband, family man.
Well, first in my early days, it was kind of, you know, it was tough because you're young, right? And you know, you're on this everything is ohs and ahs. But as you get older, you realize you're doing this for a legacy, right? You're doing this to set examples. You're doing this to make your family proud. So then the sense of urgency kicks in. The seriousness of it kicks in. And you realize, okay, you know, I'm not just representing me, I'm representing my brand, my family's name. So what I say, what I do is of utmost importance now. You know, as opposed to when I was younger, it was more carefree. I'm doing this for chasing the bag and this and that and the other, but the bag doesn't become that important. It's important, but as you get older, it's just like, okay, I'm doing this for the passion.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I want my kids to see that. You know, you get a lot of questions. They're like, "Wait, man, when are you gonna make some money at this?" That'll come. But it's all about me just doing this for you. This is my dream, and you chase your dream. So I want to be that example. You know, so I'm more or less of trying to be the best example I can now.
Facts.
What's the hardest lesson fatherhood has taught you?
Not being a good listener.
Mm.
You know, not being a good listener could bite you in the ass all the time. And I know I'm not the best listener, you know, but I'm a work in progress. I think, you know, if I could do that better, listening without reacting, I think that would help me out a lot. So I'm trying to work on that, you know.
That's real big. That's real big. Because I don't think people translate that well when it comes to, we're entertainers.
Yeah.
Like, we have a hard time expressing our personal life when it comes to the things we really, really care about. Because it makes us feel so vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm the same way. Like, as a father, I do definitely see how we want things to be so much bigger than what they are and show our kids, like, no, you can reach your dreams, you can travel, you can do all the things that you want. And a lot of it's like, you know, come from like an example standpoint, like, where if you're not doing it, then we're not doing it, right? But I always kind of look back and be like, you know, the fact that you have something to hold, right? You have something to say. Oh, my dad did this.
Right.
My dad was this was my dad.
Yeah.
This is who he is.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? I can't get back those hours he did at that gig.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't get back those hours but you see this right here? You see this video?
Yeah.
You see this interview?
Yeah.
This is not scripted. You get what I mean? This is him. 100%. I think that's the true part of like legacy. You know?
Yeah.
And you're right. We have to listen more. You know, as fathers, you know, we have to listen more because we get so caught up in the providing.
Yeah.
Protectiveness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The everyday grind of everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. What can fans expect from your live shows that they won't get from no one else?
Theatrics, just the visuals, just the expression, the passion that I put in my performances. Like I said, the whole artist and crowd participation, making them feel like they are a part of the show.
I have a segment in the show where we call Question the Lyrics.
Okay.
All right. Give me the best line of one of your records. The best line. You have the there's the record you did today, right? The record you did today.
Okay, yeah, open season.
Open season, right? The first line in open season.
Okay.
What is it?
I don't believe in conspiracies. That's a weak mind. Focus on your grind. You'll be fine. People living blind. That's why they way behind. Searching hard for some happiness they'll never find. You're in disguise, telling lies.
So, I want to question those lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in conspiracies.
The reason I went there is because, social media right now, there's just a lot of just different conspiracy theories out there, right? And I understand and I see how some people can go down certain roads that could lead you to all type of beliefs. And that's fine. People can believe what they want to believe. But I just feel like that's for weak-minded people. Just to believe anything.
So the next line is, let's see if we got it for me because I was writing it down.
Okay, my bad.
The next line. Oh, they didn't get it for me. Next line.
Focus on your grind.
Focus on your grind. Okay. Focus on your grind. So I don't believe in conspiracy. Focus on your grind. Why those two? Why that together?
Because if you don't pay any attention to that and you focus on what's in front of you, you'll be okay.
So that whole 4-bar section right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The premise of that whole 4-bar, the messaging in that, right, is from my point of view, from my opinion, if you believe in all the nonsense and all the stuff that's in all the mess, right? Right.
Stress yourself out. And you just become weak. You become depressed about it. But if you focus on what's in front of you, your everyday, what's more important, your family, the things that you have to take care of, that's more important than all the chaos, all the bullshit that's going all around you that doesn't really matter. Sometimes we get ourselves caught up in just the everyday worrying about everything that we see. And that's what I mean about the whole social media thing. You get on there, once you're on there, you're plugged in, and you're worried about everything that's going on. You're worried about how this person is feeling, what they're eating, what they're doing. You know what I mean? What this person is saying or how they feel about this politics over here. You just get drawn in that. Well, what about what's in front of you? What about the people who need you? You know, you become sucked into this, but you forget about what's over here.
Did your musical influences? I don't think we went over your music influences, have we? Have I asked you your musical? No, but and to add to that, like, because I want to know who are your musical influence. Also, were they like guardian angels to the way you went throughout life? Like for me, right? For my musical influences, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac, Ludacris, Eminem. You know what I mean? These guys weren't like just influences; they were like damn near guardian angels, guiding me through this aspect of life because I feel like I related to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I felt when I first listened to Tupac.
Will he be a musical influence?
Yeah, that's one of my greatest musical influences besides Rakim, KRS-One. I would say my top three influences would be those three.
And they were like your guiding force.
Tupac, because more or less I felt more connected with him because of his just of who he is. A little skinny cat battling lions. And that's how I felt I was and how I still am. You know what I mean? When it's just you, you know, I'm not some big cat, you know, hit the gym every day. And he wasn't either. But it was all about his passion, his devotion, his heart. You know what I mean? And that kind of resonated with me. And that's why I felt everything that he all his music just grasped me that way.
Wow. What's one thing you wish your fans knew about you? Or I would say, what's one thing you wish your fans knew about your creative process?
That I base everything on just real to life. I try to be as authentic as I can, because I'm a good-natured person. I'm very helpful. I'm very outgoing. Easy to be around, and I try to display that in the way I create by working with others and being open.
How do you find features? How do you find different people to get on different records with you?
Just by a vibe. I've just been blessed to come across good-natured people, and it's just a vibe. When you know the vibe is right, the chemistry is right in the room.
Do you include them in this creative process sometimes when you're always just like, yo, here's the music?
Oh no, I'm open to changes all the time because I believe that's when you get the good shit. I don't believe in just saying, "Hey, this is it. We're gonna roll with that." Okay. Because I want to hear other ideas. You know what I mean? I know I can think the shit is cool, but if we can make it better, then let's do that. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I love collaborations.
What do you think about headstrong artists who are like, "No, this is the way it is. I'm not."
I mean, I've worked with some cats like that, and it's like, that's cool if that's how they're doing it. But I like being open. I like expanding, because I believe things can always be better.
Do you think artists should be able to make more at the club or at the venue than the actual club owner?
I think it should be a 50-50 deal.
Your reason why?
Because I think if we're bringing the crowd, you have the venue, so you have that location. If I'm bringing the people, if I have a nice following and I'm bringing the people there, then there's more business. I mean, so it's a win-win situation for you and me.
How much would you charge coming out to one of your concerts or your shows? What can I expect as a fan paying to come out to see Flea?
Well, it's not about money with me, so I do something I do something benefit. You know what I mean?
Hold on. You ain't charging?
I mean, I would.
You ain't charging. Flea ain't charging.
I love community, so I mean, you know, I do something affordable.
G-Pop beg to differ.
I mean, I
G-Pop.
know it's about the paper, so I would leave that. I would leave that up to G-Pops. I'm not the fighting. When it comes to that, I'm too. My heart is too big. My heart is too big. Yeah, I would leave that up to G-Pops.
G-Pop beg to differ. Like,
yeah, that's on the G-Pops to them. Yeah, my heart is too big. My heart is too big, man.
But just for the sake of the interview, you're saying that it will be a beneficial thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I come from a place where I've performed in front of 10, 15 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And still had to do it. So it doesn't, you know, I'm just happy somebody show up. You know what I mean?
So you want an appreciative artist.
Yeah, I mean, the money, all that's good, but
a lot of people don't say that. A lot of artists don't say that.
Right.
They don't. A lot of artists like, you know, it's going to cost this fee.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this. You're going to have this. You're going to have this. And you're like, look, it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah, because I remember performing in the park. You know, you just put some music on, people gather up, but you got a crowd. We ain't charging you 50 cents or $1 of tips. It's cool if you want to donate.
Well,
good
what do you
looking.
think about artists such as Beyonce charges $3,000 a ticket?
I wouldn't pay it. I see people that do. I mean, she's got to make her money, but I mean, that's a little much. But I mean, hey, you got to eat. But then there's artists out here that are just as good that you might see them in front of a Vons or in front of a Rouse. And they're just, you know, they got their guitar box open. They're just taking dollar tips. I'm about real artistry. I love just the whole just the realness of just being the art, because that's where you find some of the realest stuff.
He could be playing bucket drums, or he could be on stage as Phil Collins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. right. You already know, Biz.
Do you find a lot of class, like, when dealing with a lot of artists, or is it just like artists are just this free spirit people? There's no class. It's just these free spirit people.
No, I think there's some artists with class, and then there's free spirit people.
Okay, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
What would you categorize you as an artist, entertainer, free spirit, or class?
I think I'm a little bit of both. You know what I mean?
You can't be both. That's impossible.
Well, I'm not. I would say free spirit. Well, free spirit. What you mean?
Fair.
Free spirit, you mean somebody that doesn't care?
I mean, if we're putting stipulations on it, I guess.
Okay. Well, I would say I would have class. Yeah, I'll be class. Yeah.
Do you think the faith or the state of hip hop is moving to a Flea world where Flea can now expose really what he wants, or is hip hop?
Yeah, I think we're getting back to now, because everybody's able to do stuff on their own. Mm-hmm. So now we're starting to get that creativity back. Mm-hmm. It's starting to come back to where, you know, everything is like, okay, wow. It's starting to get back to the roots where things are like, you see some of this content, and that's why I said some of these visuals that people are using now. It's like, okay, man, they're not caring about a big budget. So those days are over now, where somebody was having the fancy car and the women. It's like now you just, you know, in a park. But if it's somewhere you've seen before, and that's more exciting to somebody to see something that they can recognize. It looks more real, authentic.
Family man, you are a soccer dad.
Yeah. My daughter's been playing soccer ever since she was 6 years old. And I just been supporting her, following her dream, her passion. So it's kind of like I live my life through her almost. You know what I mean? That's why this is it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's just something we were just bonded that way. I'm watching her chase her dream, and she's watching me chase mine. You know, so sometimes I've had her at a few of my student films at USC. I've actually brought her to show her, "See, this is what Dad does too. You know, you have your soccer dream, and this is what things that you have to do. This is what I have to do to pursue my dream." So, yeah.
How does this shape you becoming how does this shape you as an entertainer with being a devoted husband, a beloved father? You know what I mean? Like, how does this shape you as an entertainer in a way? Like, I know, like for me, you know what I mean? I'm in the same shoes, right? And, you know, like, that motherfucking crazy.
Right.
She crazy. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I love her. Love her to death.
Right.
But, you know what I mean?
Well.
Women, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? I mean, but
I get you. I get you. Well, mine's has been, she's been with me through
thick and thin.
Yeah, through the beginnings of all this. So she's been right there with me and supportive. At any time she could have been like, "Look, you ain't made it yet. You need to do something else." But she ain't never said any of that. She's always encouraged me to keep going. You know, she's my biggest fan, but also my biggest critic.
That's what. Yeah.
So I know if I go to her, it's got to be. I value her opinion on my music and my acting, because I know she's gonna tell me when something don't sound right, or when I'm not doing something right with the theater. You know, so it's made me more mature. You know, before earlier in my career, I would just be writing to myself, and I would call other people. Hey, how does it sound? You know, I wouldn't really involve my kids or my wife. Now, as I'm getting older, I know that I'm representing them. So hey, what does this sound like? Should I put this out there? Because they're going to be listening to it too. So now their opinions.
Oh, you're a good man.
Their opinions. So it matters to me.
I don't.
I hear you. I hear you.
My kids would be like, "No, Dad, no, you don't like it, Dad. Dad, can you go buy me this new toy right now?"
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
After I buy you the new toy, yeah, I love it, Dad. It's awesome. It's great. You should put it.
Right.
Get your little spoiled ass away.
Right.
But you know what I mean? I kind of have a little, I guess because I create so much. And it's good hearing that.
Yeah.
It's good seeing that from someone else.
Yeah.
It's good seeing like, okay, it can be done. I'm not that person. Like, you know what I mean? I can discuss these things with, me and my daughter talked about her in their podcast. Right? She wants to do a podcast. So I thought that was something really cool to think of. We've always thought about doing the family videos and stuff like that. But it can take a big toll on the family.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come across right, the media can get involved.
Right.
As far as people talking, you know how this world of entertainment is, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of criticism from? Well, how do you deal with criticism towards your music as an artist?
I used to take it to heart. If somebody didn't like something, but now I just realize, hey, there's an ear, somebody will like something. Everybody's not going to like everything you do, but all it takes is just a few people to like something that you do, and you'll be okay. But I think earlier in the beginning, it did bother me a little bit. Somebody didn't like something, I would get stressed out about it and try to, you do too much overthinking. Now I'm just like, hey, put it out there. Somebody will like it, and that's true.
What is something? How would I put this? What is something the fans wouldn't know about you? Something your fans would not know about you.
If they wouldn't know. That I'm not I'm not some mean individual. I'm not some kind of hardcore thug individual. I don't portray myself to be, but that's something I don't think they would, I'm not, because I represent my city. I'm not this gangster. That's not who I'm not. Yeah. I'm not that.
Honestly put. How do you instill your motto, fearless, lethal, eagerness, and ambition in your little ones?
I tell my kids, be fearless in everything you do. You want something, go for it. Don't be scared of failing. The only thing to do, only fail is not to try. Be lethal with everything you do. If you're talented in something, if you're good at something, be lethal with it. Be deadly with it. I think I'm deadly with my talent when it comes to my my acting and my performing. I think because I have the two mixes of my theatrics and I'm comfortable on stage. I think that's a deadly threat. I know how to work the stage. I know how to command presence on stage. I think that's lethal. Eager because I want it bad enough, and I'm not willing to stop until I get it. Ambitious because I'm passionate about what I want to do, and I won't stop until I get it done, or at
Which
least
is the acronym of Flea.
Yeah.
What sacrifice you had to make to maintain your career while being present for your family? While being present for your family. The sacrifices you had to make.
For my career? Probably
Shall not fear no man but God. Though I walk through the valley of death.
I was doing a Tupac video, for so many tears, and I couldn't stay all night because I had to go to work. And I think I ended up missing the last scene. It was me and this other gentleman. They chose me because of my theatrics and I could perform.
Back in elementary, I thrived on misery. Left me alone, I grew up amongst a dying breed.
But they used him for the body double to put the tattoos and stuff on.
Inside my mind, couldn't find a place to rest until I got that dug like tatted on my chest. Tell me, can you feel?
But the final scene, they were shooting at a cemetery, and they wanted to use me for that scene of walking down. But I had to leave because I had to go to work.
Step to bring me closer to embracing early death. Now there's nothing left.
So he ended up being able to shoot that scene, and I probably missed out on getting my SAG voucher for having to leave. Yeah. But I had to go to work.
You had to be present for fam.
Yeah.
The sacrifice of a father.
Yeah.
We'll do anything for our little ones and for our wives.
Yeah.
We'll put this motherfucker on hold. Like, hey, I got something most important. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's crazy because most people would be like, "Oh hell no, I would have never did that. I would have stayed. I would have did that last scene and just end up at work later. Like, yo, I'm gonna see y'all a little later. Or I'm gonna see y'all 2 hours. But it's like you can't sacrifice that.
I couldn't. Yeah,
because you don't know anyone's situations.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was working 2 jobs then.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't risk it. I was just blessed enough and happy enough to have that role. But and I was young. Now I would look at things a little bit different. But young and having a family and my son was just born, I was trying to juggle. But
How do you manage the pressure of being a businessman, artist, family man without losing yourself?
God, a lot of prayer. I listen to this thing every day called Daily Prayer, and just that's what really motivates me and gets me through the day because I work 7 days a week. So I'm working 2 jobs as and trying to find time to do plays. I'm in the middle of a play right now, so I'm working 7 days a week, rehearsing 5 days of those, and trying to write music sometimes. So it's tough, but I use the daily prayer to get me through each day.
If you can go on tour with 2 artists, 2 major artists right now, who would those 2 artists be?
Black Thought and J. Cole.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. That's different. That's different. Yeah. That's different. Before we head up out of here, people, wow, that's amazing. Who are the new artists you feel pushes boundaries and embodies true artistry?
Kendrick Lamar.
And Drake, what? We out of here. No, I'm playing.
I would say Kendrick Lamar is about the only new artist that I listen to. SZA.
Okay.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish, huh?
Yeah. Probably Usher. Usher, I like where he's at right now. He's growing up a lot. He's really making he's holding it down. But yeah, I would say yeah.
Before we head up out of here, what is you gave me your favorite lyric, right? From one of your from the last record we did, right? Do you think artists that don't perform with their band is defeating themselves?
Yeah, I think that to do that, it adds dynamics to a show. To see somebody up there performing and you got a live band and they're playing your track and you performing it, I think that's more lively. You know, it's more real. You know, because then you're getting a little bit of everything. You know, it's like gumbo.
Because sometimes I feel too that artists don't give the person more than what they pay for. Like I came out to see you perform.
Yeah.
And I always talk about this. Like I always say this. I don't want to just see you and a DJ.
Right.
You know, like what are your thoughts on that?
No,
because you don't know what a person's been through.
Right.
And they're coming out to have a great time, and they probably just bucking with their girl.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You have to probably give the tickets to someone else, and you like, fuck it, I'm going to go by myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I'm going to go with my boy, and we finna have a good time.
Yeah.
But artists be on some Hollywood shit.
Yeah. No,
I want to come out half late.
Yeah.
I want to smoke 3 blunts before I get out there.
Yeah, and that's why I was just watching this interview with Big Daddy Kane, and he said, that's what you should not do. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of development that I think these artists need to do, and that's why without the A&R that we used to have, the developing artists, you're gonna have that where people just doing what they want to do, and I think it's important. I think it's important to have that discipline. You know what I mean? Because being different. It gives the audience something to go, okay, wow, feel like I got my money's worth. He just didn't come and just like I said, walk across the stage and you know what I mean, lip sync over his track. You know what I mean? Know your track. Have the instrumental. You know what I mean? I remember one time we did me and G Pops, he took me to an audition for a TV show. And when I performed, I remember talking to Ice-T, and he said, hey, man, you got to go all big. you know, if you got to do a backflip off stage, that's what you got to do. You know, I was like, whoa, I kind of took it. I said, damn, you got to be bigger than life when you up here. So little advice like that, yeah, little things like that kind of stuck with me.
That's
you know what I mean?
Hey, people. Hey, for the young ones out there, for the people that's watching, now y'all got some gem. Never get on the stage without having something to go big or go take your ass home.
Or take your ass home.
People, we are out of here. Thank you so much, Flea. This
Man,
has been
thank
a
you
great
for having
interview,
me, Biz.
man.
I appreciate you, man.
I hope you was able to get it all out.
Yes,
I hope
sir.
you was
Yes,
able
sir.
to feel like people ever got, you know what I mean, people got what they wanted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, this has been impactful. So I'm amazed. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Is there anything you want to shout out?
Hey, I just want to say, you know, to everybody out there going through this terrible time, victims of fires, people who had lost everything, lost loved ones, I want to say blessings to y'all, and we'll get through it together and take it one day at a time. And Gardena's in the building.
Gardena's in the building. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you, man. People, we out. Cheer.
Damn, that was my friend.
Stay alert, these niggas on subliminals. Industry shady, it's getting more political. Y'all hypocritical, the ridicule is minuscule. Stuck in the dream, I'ma change the metaphysical. Niggas pitter, sick of all this nonsense. Niggas be out here telling lies with no conscience. Someone should stop this, it's making me nauseous. Starting to wonder, what y'all hoping to accomplish? Get down and lay down, that's up to you. Mercenary, killing these rappers for my revenue. Never respecting you, you're filled with hate. Watching the pressure make you shake, but don't break. Just applying pressure to the game like some motherfucking. You had your time, it's over. Now you gotta applying pressure to the game like some motherfucking. Kick back, my nigga, relax. Now you gotta. If you don't, you gon' make mistakes. Mind sharp, plot moves you about to make. Keep the faith, observate, don't hesitate. Spit the real, even though this game is filled with fakes. In a minute, they gon' be exposed like algorithm. It's all about who they control. It's a must that you stay awake, but you can't escape your mental state to even elevate. Too much drama that you fools create. I deviate, separate, hope it's not too late.